reps like I'm in shape.
Saved by Talknutt!
Make shots on shots like there's no takes. I'ma shine on them all like there's no shade.
There's the man. Oh boy, are you tired, Ron?
Feeling like it's game time. Game time. Suit up. It's game time.
And now, the Ron Talknutt Podcast.
All right. So, get the intro out of the way. Welcome, everybody, to the third season. I ask this every time.
Yeah.
Of the third season of the Ron Talknutt Invitational Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Brian Merkel, joined by co-hosts Michael Rooney. Say hello to the people. There we go. And Christian Flores.
Let's go. I think this was our second podcast of the season. We've been slacking.
You're going robo again, Christian.
Oh,
you
there we go. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh boy, this is going to be a fun podcast.
Fuck.
All right. This is actually going to be more enjoyable for those listening at home because you're only going to be able to hear every other word that Christian's saying and not every word. So
More sense that way too.
It's kind of like his trade offers, there's like something missing that he's giving us. It's like people listening only receive half of what they should be. So this is why I'm a professional podcaster here. Segues. You guys want to talk about the trades?
Yeah.
I don't really have a whole lot planned, aka anything planned. So we can just kind of talk about whatever.
Well, let's break down the Ferris trade first, which was the trade between Mike and me. That was a good trade, I think, for both sides.
Not anymore. Now you won.
I mean, maybe like. Well, how about Mike? Mike, you offered it. What was your line of thinking on this trade?
My line of thinking was Cam Talbot was available, who I thought was going to get a bunch of starts. Mike Smith had won 6 games in a row, was available. I had like a super deep forwards, except I had to play either Dadnov or Vanderkane on the left wing, so I needed a left wing. I hated having to play one of those people and sitting like Nylander. Like, I was sitting good forwards every week, and I wanted to not have to do that. So I'm a good left winger, and there's only 5 of them. So I looked at your team and was like, oh, he needs a goalie, and I have like a billion goalies, and there's some good ones out there that I know no one's going to pick up. And then it turns out that they're not good. It made sense. I thought I actually was winning. Obviously, I thought I was winning when I said it, but I don't think I am anymore.
Well, I think you gotta look at this trade in a vacuum and not look at the trades I made afterwards. But in a vacuum, I think it's still a fair trade because
Christian, I'm not hearing anything you're saying.
Oh fuck! Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you were talking 100 miles an hour.
Oh shit!
Paused and then it tried to catch up.
Oh fuck! I hate Skype. Skype kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. But I guess what I was saying though, you can't really look at this particular trade in a vacuum because you didn't know what the next moves I was gonna make were gonna be. So when you look at it that way, I did lose a quality left winger, and there are not that many good left wingers.
Yeah.
But I did get Dubnyk, who's gonna start a bunch of games. And so, I still think it's an equal trade, all things considered. And I actually didn't realize how good Stone was this year. Can you hear me?
Yeah, he's been a stud.
Yeah.
I knew he was a stud. Just I have a billion right wings.
Right.
1,000 of them. Just all a bunch of studs. And now so do you, because Brian's friends were just like, oh, sweet.
That's the segue. Go into the next trade. So
let's just make sure he has the top 5 players in the league.
So let's go to the Cotter trade because I lose Johnny Gaudreau and I immediately replace him with at least as good of a left winger, if not a guy who's going to finish better as the season goes on, and Brad Marchand.
Let's talk about all the ways why this trade makes absolutely zero sense from Connor's point of view. He says Connor Hellebuck's been bad fine. Maybe in real life he's had a bad year, but he's still the number 6 fantasy goalie, and you're giving up a top 3 left wing so that you can move up from the number 6 fantasy goalie to the number 1 fantasy goalie. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why are you just giving up your
No, the
first
good
round
thing is he got Sean Couturier, who he can't ever play.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Like, I kind of made fun when I did my write-up that, like, he's never going to play center because he's got this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy. But that was kind of, like, not completely fair to Connor because I was including centers who had winger eligibility. So when you only look at the guys that have center-only eligibility, it's his 4th best center. So at least he's, like, 2 steps away from playing, you know? So let's give him a little bit of credit here.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, I don't know what
He's not even playing with, like, split up the... He's not even playing with Giroux.
Right.
So before we recorded, I mentioned, well, guys just offer, like, they'll likely say yes, and you guys are like, no, they won't, because you guys offer. What trades did you offer for Marchand?
Better trades than that for them.
All right, here's one that I've actually got out to Connor right now that I told Mike about a couple days ago. And listener at home, tell me if you think this trade is better than what he accepted with Christian. Mark Scheifele, JVR, Charlie McAvoy for Jack Eichel and Roman Josi.
Well, what was the trade again?
I think it's better, personally. Especially because Charlie McAvoy's been a stud, like, the last of late.
What was the trade again?
Can't even fathom.
He's frozen in time.
Wait, what was it? What was
He's
it?
like, well, you can make trades where it's not completely one-sided. Did you hear it, Christian?
No, what was the trade again?
A good one.
Instead of podcasts, we should just post, like, screenshots of Christian's face frozen at various points of our recording. A visual podcast. Like, oh, here's Christian smiling. This is when we talked about him raping Connor. He's still smiling. He must have won another trade.
Yeah, the progression.
Oh, wait, what was the trade again?
This is Christian frowning because we told him he was a fucking asshole for offering those trades.
So wait, what was the trade again?
All right.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
All right, Christian, you've got the floor. Tell me why these trades aren't awful.
So wait, what was what you offered again?
Oh, Mark Scheifele, Charlie McAvoy, and JVR for Jack Eichel and Roman Josi.
Oh, that's a lot better than what I offered. A lot better.
I honestly think that Scheifele might be better than Eichel.
Well, yeah, and
Can you tell Connor that?
What? I mean, just he's been so good recently.
He has been really good.
you know,
Like, who's got more fantasy points this year? Probably Reggie, right?
It's pretty close. I'll pull that up.
well, I think the biggest thing, I think why he said yes to me is because I offered him number 1 fantasy goalie, even though like I got like 2 really good players in exchange for that. And that might be it. I mean, just the fact that it's not like I offered nobody, but I offered somebody and got way more return than I deserved.
Yeah, Scheifele has
Scheifele's number
13
2.
more points than Jack Eichel right now.
Yeah.
Roman Josi is so good though. Like, you're going for the bump.
I actually didn't think that. I didn't. One reason that this might break Brian's case, but I didn't realize that JVR wasn't getting a ton of ice time. But he hasn't been like scoring a bunch and like playing with Claude Giroux.
And yeah, I don't know if I feel the same way right now. Like, I don't know if I'd really make that trade now, because it does look like JVR is trending up a little bit, and McAvoy's maybe getting over his injuries.
Yeah,
but I like Jack Eichel still more than.
And
Scheifele.
I mean, Scheifele right now is ranked number 5 fantasy player.
Yeah, but he's got 22 goals on 94 shots, and Jack Eichel shot 60 more times, and is not on as good of a team. But I think Jack Eichel outperforms Scheifele fairly decently the rest of the way.
I don't know.
Am my defense is
You didn't
horrible.
trade like the best player, like Nathan McKinnon or something. That would have been
Well, hey, so for my trade, what do you think would have been fair to sub Couturier for to make that a fair trade? If you were Jack, what would you have offered back? What would you have countered offered with?
It wasn't Jack, right? It was Connor.
Or Connor,
It's
sorry,
Connor.
Connor. If you were Connor, what would you have countered with?
What team is he?
He's
He's like a good team too.
here's
Like,
Johnny.
Yeah. The thing is, like, he just doesn't need to make that trade.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah,
He's got a better team than you, right? Or he had a better team than you, probably.
had.
Actually, I would have gotten rid of Lindholm or Monahan. I don't like having two players on the same line.
But even that seems like too much to me. I think, I think you need to go down to, like, Lindholm,
Yeah, I would have
and
gone.
then ask for a winger instead of Couturier. I think you need to do two things for that to be. Like, even if it's...
Like, if you want to get rid of, if you want Anderson real bad, or if you want to get rid of Hellebuck, which doesn't make any sense anyway, but if you do, then you gotta go, like, you gotta trade a worse winger and get a winger back, because you have Monahan and Eichel. Or unless you want to get rid of Monahan, maybe trade for a better,
True.
you know.
Here's what I would have countered with, actually. I think I would have countered Hellebuck and Monahan for Nuge and Anderson.
See, I don't like Nuge. He's not good.
Really?
He's not David, right?
Sometimes he does.
I mean, they changed their lines up so much, but I don't. Right now, he's not.
I feel like that's
But like-
such
but
a
like-
bad, he's like such a huge step off.
Well, like
in my
with
opinion.
with Nuge last night, for example, he scored a goal with McDavid assisting on it. So like he'll be with McDavid. Like
Was it a
song.
power play goal though?
I think it was just I think it was an even strength goal.
Yeah, it was even.
Like, I feel like if you look at Christian's team, his worst forward by that he's starting right this week anyway is like Nugent by like a huge drop off.
Yeah,
But I think that's just because his other players are so good. Like, I actually like. I think Nuge is valuable, and he's got winger eligibility. so
left winger
Connor could have
left
Put
winger
him in as a
eligibility.
winger
at
and
that.
then just play Dylan Larkin.
Yeah, left winger eligibility at that. I mean, we could all agree.
Yeah, he's got 31 points in 34 games. It's pretty good.
We could all agree that it obviously wasn't a fair trade at all.
Yeah. Do we want to move on to the Isaac trade?
Sure.
Brian or Christian, are you going to drop Jake Allen?
No, I'll probably keep him for a little bit just to see what's up. In
Just so
case,
that Mike can't pick him up.
what's that?
Can you just drop him so I can pick him up? You don't have any space. You don't need 4 goalies.
You never know.
I'm glad that Mike's saying you don't need 4.
Well, he doesn't.
But it's true because you actually have like 2 good ones.
I know. I'm trying to trade Halak right now. I'm trying to trade Halak right now because he still has value, honestly.
Oh, are you trying to get like Patrick Laine or something?
That's not a bad idea. Let's try. All right, well, let's move to the Isaac trade. So I ended up trading Pavelski and Spurgeon for Giroux.
Who you just picked up off the waiver wire that week.
Yeah, I was hoping he
So
did.
that's a joke. You tossed in nothing.
I think this trade is a little more defensible. I still think it's bad, but I can see why you might think it's a good trade. It's just if you think Pavelski can be better than Giroux moving forward, and I think that's wrong, but I can see why you might think that because Philadelphia is not very good.
Yeah.
San Jose's a better team. Pavelski's going to score more goals.
Yeah,
than
He's
Giroux.
also got Logan Couture.
That's true. That's true.
yeah.
Like, his
But it's at least
Isaac forwards are, like, unbelievably bad.
yeah. I would have tried to like get a forward without giving up a forward, but I don't know. I can see how somebody might think that that's an okay trade. I'm not one of those people, but I can see it. It's not as bad as Connors.
Well, and here's the thing. that makes my forward lineup fucking Giroux, Marchand, Kucherov, and Rantanen, and Stone, and Nuge is my worst forward. Like, you're just helping another team at that point.
That's like, those are some good forwards.
Yeah, that's...
Even Mark Stone is like, when Mark Stone's your fifth best forward this year,
yeah.
It's like...
Well, that's 3 first-rounders and one guy who's going to be a first-rounder next year. And Rantanen. Rantanen's going to be a first-rounder next year.
Rantanen should be like top 5.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Rantanen is ridiculous.
So needless to say, those 2 trades made me very happy.
All right, so let's kind of transition here. In what scenario does Christian not win this year?
I mean, injuries.
Luck.
Injuries. Maybe teams just being so bad that, like, I mean, he still has, for as good as his forwards are, he still has an Ottawa forward, a Philly forward, and an Edmonton forward.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and my D
those teams aren't that great.
And my defense is not good. I mean, like, Carlson's good, but...
What? Your defense is pretty good. Shane Gostisbehere, John Carlson.
But Gostisbehere is a
John
good...
Carlson.
Well, I like John Carlson. John Carlson's good, but, like, Gostisbehere is kind of...
Do you like him? Do you? Is he okay?
Isn't he only, like, the number 1 fantasy defenseman this year, almost?
Wait, is he?
Probably.
Wait, no way.
Morgan Riley's probably number 1.
I thought Morgan Riley was...
Oh, yeah, Morgan Riley.
Down off the waiver wire? This is so unfair.
John Carlson's number 3 on defenseman, fantasy defenseman.
Yeah, I like John Carlson.
Oh, Shabbat?
Giordano. Bob 4.
But, like, I guess, I mean, like, what I'm saying is, like, but, like, back to Gostisbehere, he has...
I'm on IR.
Gostisbehere hasn't really, like, you know, performed as well as he probably should be this year, and he's on Philly. And
actually, he's the majority. It looks like if you look at his game history for the last like 10 games, probably about half the games he ends up losing you points.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and Doughty's on the Kings, so like, I mean, they're not bad. They're worse defensemen.
If you look at Doughty's shots and hits, he's.
Oh, for how
you could have Dougie Hamilton.
Did you call him Doogie?
Dougie.
Oh.
I'll trade you Halak
I'm going to now.
I'll trade you.
You could have had Dougie Hamilton. You could have a worse defenseman.
Hey Brian, I'll trade you Halak for Hamilton.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not fun. I don't like this.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Well, how about like I guess moving forward, maybe moves you guys are trying to make. Like what where you guys want to beef up like on your team?
You want to go first, Mike?
What do I want to? What? How can I make my team better? I would like to have goalies that start games. That would be good. Don't
You and Kevin both. Okay.
Just want them to start. That's it.
Well, wait. Let me look at your team.
And then
Like
the rest of my team is pretty sick. But like I feel like my forwards can keep up with Christians. My defense probably a little worse, but still pretty good. And then I just don't have goalies, so I'm starting off, which is not acceptable.
well, Mike, how about Mike, how about I offer you?
Mike Smith wins 6 in a row. What?
Mike, how about I offer you Halak and Allen for McKinnon?
Oh, that'd be fair. Yeah. The thing is, you know that I really don't like Nathan McKinnon that much. I don't think he's that good.
That's true. So you might just be wanting to get rid of him.
Yeah. Like he's on the brick block. Gonna pawn him off here.
And then you could change your name to Nathan for you.
Oh! Actually, I love Mike's team name. It's so good.
That is a good name. Do you guys want to talk team names?
Sure. So I recently changed my team name, and it's not that good if you really don't know the context, and it's still not that good if you know the context. But did you guys? Well, did you guys see the?
That's how you know it's a great name.
Did you guys see the fight that like the Blackhawks mascot got into and fucking whooped that guy's ass?
I did not see it.
Well, look it up. It's great.
He, like suplexed some fan that started fighting him.
And it was real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was a real fight?
Yeah, and that's what.
It's like out in the concourse.
And that's why it's Hawks taking fight. It's not good, but I need to change my name from last year.
You've had worse names.
I have. Oh, I know.
Actually, has he had a better name?
Oh shit, I actually don't.
Oh, Pims Don't Cry is much better. Pims Don't Cry is much better.
Pims Don't Cry was good.
And for like about 2 minutes, I was
Yeah,
Jake
I
Allen
appreciate
fucking
that.
sucks.
I feel like I consistently have a top three team name.
See, I feel like you don't. But Mike has solid names.
I like how Megan.
Nathan, for me, I think is actually your best name so far.
I like
it's the best team name this year. Who's got a better name this year?
that might be the best this year. I agree. I can agree with that.
The thing is like Steve-O's got the timeless
Sure.
wonder.
Okay, I like the Bahama Mamas.
That's
I really like the Bahama Mamas.
I'll say this. I like how Megan continued a joke from last year. I like how Megan
Especially
continued.
because it takes them 3 seconds to come up with it. He typed it in during the draft.
Look, I gotta give props to Megan's name for just continuing a joke from last year. Because I was like, so Mike was stage 5 clingers. I was stage 6 clingers last year, and now she's stage 7 clingers. I just want to
Just
see how
solid
far it
name.
goes.
That was a good name.
It's fine, but I like the jokes afterwards are great.
No, I agree. The problem is when next year he gets auto drafted to PJ's full runnings.
And then gets traded for a pack of cigarettes.
To Christian. Who then becomes stage 8 clingers.
What's scary is there's about a 60% chance that actually happens.
I think we should talk about Brian's team
Yes.
and if he has a shot at winning this thing.
Well, he went from fantasy hockey hater to fantasy hockey's okay, so he's feeling a little better about his team.
Yeah, I just right now actually, as we were talking about.
Oh, do you want to discuss the trade offer?
Or will it take until?
Do you want to discuss the trade I offered you, Brian?
How long does that take for us to see it?
I don't know.
Fantasy hockey trending up.
Wait, Brian, do you want to discuss the trade? Do you want to discuss the trade I offered?
Here's my team in a nutshell. Really good top end forwards.
With what?
Solid.
Shifley?
Tavares, Shifley, and Taylor Hall should be.
in that. What?
Taylor Hall should be. And then a solid Sebastian Aho is like a solid number 4. And then I've got like a stable of solid options, I think, for my last 2 spots. A stable. Yeah.
Stable.
And then my defense blows. Like, I might actually have the worst defense in the league.
Honestly, Stable of Ahos was a great name.
People were making fun of me for it, and I got self-conscious.
I loved it. That was that kind of continues from the other guys trend, because that was when Mark Wahlberg goes, "Oh, so you had a stable of whores."
I mean, that's where I think from.
Oh, I thought it was from the. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is that Christian likes it, so you know it's a bad name.
That's why I had to change it.
So, hey, do you guys want, Mike or Brian? Do you want to discuss the trade I offered you for John Tavares and someone else? And
Oh, yeah. Christian offers me a trade, and I sent him a response. I'm like, I can't tell if you're being serious or not. And I think he was trying to be serious.
I was.
Well, you did that. You've done that with me before.
Yeah, I did.
And it was not even that bad. It was like
It was trades that I actually probably should have taken.
Yes,
It was Petrie and somebody.
I think it was Petrie and Stone for Taylor Hall.
Oh yeah.
See,
Yeah, I don't like that trade.
So I offered.
I was talking about the one that you sent me for like Dougie Hamilton and Pietrangelo.
Oh yeah, what was that?
It was Petrie and it might have been a goalie for Hamilton and Pietrangelo.
So I
I
think
think it was when Domingue was just
It was
starting.
Domingue. That's what it was. Yeah.
when he had and he won like 10 games in a row. So like you might be in. I mean, you're probably going to playoffs anyway. But
so wait, what did I offer?
like, that was when you were 1-6, I think.
I think I offered like Freddie Anderson and Joe Pavelski and someone else for like Taylor Hall and John Tavares and Mikko Koskinen.
Yeah, like when you giggle like that, you know it's a bad trade.
He's like,
Well, like, 'cause Brian offered me for Freddie Anderson before. I was like, oh, I might get him here.
I offered you, and then I counter-offered, if you wanted John Tavares and Taylor Hall, Freddie Anderson, and... No. Oh, I was going to do Tavares, Hall, and Koskinen.
Why do you have to do this?
Anderson, and Rantanen.
What?
That honestly probably is a good trade. Like...
This is Rooney making a guest appearance on the podcast.
She like had to come in and grab some candles.
Right. You don't want to burn your house down. Right?
Like, I don't understand it.
She just
walked in,
dragged through the door, and she peeked in. She saw Christian on the thing and wanted to make sure you weren't looking at porn.
I don't blame her. I don't blame him.
I have the body of a pornographer, yes.
What were you talking about?
Okay,
how bad your trade was?
So, but the counter offer is actually good, but I just don't want to get rid of Rantanen is the biggest thing. So, like,
that's because Rantanen is insanely good.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question. Whose forwards are better, mine or Christian's?
Christians.
Okay, well, that wasn't very thoughtful.
Well, let's see. I haven't.
Good discussion. I mean, you have good forwards, but I would rather have his.
Let me see.
Like Johnny Gaudreau, I think he should be the Hart Trophy frontrunner. I think. Right now.
Well, I don't care what you think.
He's been having such a good year. And look at him. He's just a little guy.
He's probably like 5'6".
He's like Cam Atkinson's like younger brother.
Yeah, Mike, you have really good forwards. I'd probably put you second after me.
Yeah, would you put me second?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I win because I've destroyed people in trades. That's why.
Okay, let me see the. Can't you like do matchups or something? Okay, let's just go top by top. See, the problem is, McKinnon, Stamkos versus who are your top two, probably?
Rantanen and Kucherov, yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah, the problem is Kucherov's been a stud recently.
Yeah, he got off to a slow start, but he's like on like a 300-point pace.
Ugh. Yeah.
Actually, a 400-point pace if you just go off of last night. He had 5 points last night.
He gets 5 points a game.
Yeah, he's on a 400-point pace. If he just has every game like last night.
No, that makes sense. That's a good way to do it. That's how I should make my trades from now on.
Well, like I think
he didn't have a point. He's bad. He's gonna have 0 points.
Yeah.
If this keeps up, that's concerning.
and then I guess Marchand versus Gaudreau.
Yeah.
Like that's a wash.
That's probably a wash.
That's a wash. And
who's your fourth? Who's your third? Drew. Or who's your fourth? Drew.
Giroux, probably. Giroux or Stone, maybe.
Kessel. I think it's probably better than those. Actually, he's been not that good recently.
Yeah, right now, Stone is the best as far as fantasy points. Right now,
it's what you think.
But it's what you think's gonna. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna continue.
And where's things like Radulov probably has a lot of points per game because he hasn't played a lot of games. And like I don't know if Nylander can finally get in the mix and start playing with.
That's the biggest question mark. Nylander.
Who do you think is the best in fantasy points per game? Best skater.
What's that?
Other than Brandon Peary, who has like 3 goals in 2 games.
Best fantasy points per game. I'm gonna go. Fuck, I don't know.
Bergeron or something.
Oh,
Bergeron is top 10.
Bergeron would be good because he's been interesting.
I know it's going to be someone weird because otherwise you wouldn't have said this.
No, it's not. It's not that weird.
Is it Rantanen?
There's actually a tie, but it's Ovechkin.
Really?
Austin Matthews.
Oh, Matthews. There we go.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then Tom Wilson, number 4.
Oh, fuck.
Mamas.
So Ovechkin, as good as
McKinnon fit.
Kucherov's been,
third.
maybe I should have just done the smart thing and drafted Ovechkin number 2.
Yeah, Ovechkin's been insane.
Is he still like a 60 goal pace?
You just score every game.
Every game. That'll do it.
Damn.
This is good podcasting, guys. Good content.
Well, we're about 30 minutes in now, so I mean, we at least have enough for like one nice mini pod for the holidays. Oh, how many teams do you have left?
Do you want to talk about who has the most realistic chance of dethroning Christian this year?
Yeah, I think there's a couple contenders. I think Mike has a chance. Here's the thing. Well,
I'm not going to make the playoffs.
Goalies are, I feel like, not like you can find goalies throughout the year.
I can't.
Passable. Okay, fine. Mike doesn't have a chance.
I think Megan has a good chance. I think Megan has a really good chance.
I think Megan is definitely up there.
And up until his trade, Connor, I think Connor had a chance too, but then he made his trade.
What about the team that is currently leading this week in points? Mr. Jack Toscano.
Let's see who's on his team.
Nick
That's
Backstrom.
kind of like a really sneaky good team.
He does Nick Backstrom, Austin Matthews, David Pasternak, Cam Atkinson. I mean, and then it's Kyle Connor, Niederreiter. But he's got
Connor's good.
Yeah.
Actually, he's been super cold. Look at his last whatever.
Yeah. No, he's just if he's playing on the top line, he's good. But now it's been healers. But he's got Konechny, and then he's got Torrey Krug, Dustin Bufflin.
He's also, even Eric Stahl is like a passable player. Not right now, I guess. But last year he had 80 points.
Yeah, he had 41 goals, and then he's got Braden Holtby
and Casey DeSmith,
the Pittsburgh goalies, which
whoever is playing,
as long as one of them plays most of the time, then Jack actually's got a pretty good team.
Yeah.
His defense is good. He should be playing Pulak probably over Jake Muzzin, but
he has a strong team just overall. It's just complete. Yeah. It's a complete team.
I would say he's the dark horse.
What about Hirshani? It's pretty good to have a
piece of a chance. Yeah.
Landeskog should be started in every league. Eichel, Monahan, and then if he if that Calgary line can stay hot during the playoffs, he's gonna have a chance.
No, he has a good team. You know what would help his team? Brad Marchand.
Actually, once Arvidsson comes back, and then if he can play Dylan Larkin too, he's never gonna be able to play Dylan Larkin. See. But having Brent Burns, Roman Josi, oh man, he had so much potential. Good thing he's not Domingo. That was a good pickup.
Yeah, he picked him up after Vasilevsky played.
Well, I dropped him. Vasilevsky's playing.
Well, and didn't
so you should have traded him. You should have traded Domingo to him.
I don't. Yeah.
The thing is, I don't think about I just assume that people are smarter than that, and they're not going to take dumbass trades.
Why would you ever think that?
Honestly, I've sent probably 15 trades in the past that have gotten rejected, all of them. And they're better deals than what you sent on both of the ones that went through on the same day.
Yeah. My sisters are back, so they're gonna make a guest appearance on the podcast.
Do I need to cover up or?
Do you want to be a guest on the Fantasy Hockey Podcast?
See,
do you want to be a guest?
Oh,
guest interview.
Oh yeah. What do you think? Who is it? Which one?
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my right nipple. So.
Okay. Chelsea, who do you think's gonna win the Fantasy Hockey League this year? Picking only off of team names.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's really good.
Cool Runnings.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
I like Cool Runnings. That's the worst.
It's not as good because it's PJ and he's just used that for the last 3 years. But okay, Cool Runnings.
Boo.
I don't like Hawks taking fight.
Okay, good. I don't either.
Good. That's amazing that you picked that out.
Y'all can go fuck yourselves. How about that?
I like
Bahama Mamas.
Nice. The Bahama Mamas. That's a good one.
All right, so you heard it here first. Fantasy Hockey Championship between PJ and Dave. Running Spurs Bahama Mamas. And they're both winning this week.
Well, that's true.
So wait, what's so wrong about Hawks taking fight?
Okay, what's so bad about Hawks taking fight?
It's stupid.
It is the Blackhawks.
I don't like the Blackhawks.
All right, there you go. All right, we got one more question for you, okay?
Okay.
Who won this trade right here? Brad Marchand and Connor Hellebuck for Frederik Andersen and Sean Couturier. Which group of players is better?
Well, I don't know those players, but going off of the names, I like Sean and Frederick.
Oh.
See?
All right.
It's not as clear cut.
She's out.
Not as clear cut.
You're on the hot. I was hoping we'd have a nice little podcasting moment there where even Chelsea realized that was a bad trade, but she went and ruined
Yeah,
it.
we'll have to edit that out.
So, yeah.
So wait,
Ended on a real high note.
so wait, how many weeks are there? So we're about halfway through, right? Oh, we are like halfway through.
A little over halfway, yeah.
I mean, do you want to do like?
I'm not going to make the playoffs.
I guess do you want to do like one bold prediction for the new year?
What is it? One bold prediction?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
My bold
I
prediction.
don't know. Okay.
My
Go
bold
ahead.
prediction is
Sorry.
Steve-O catapults to top 2 in the league to end the year.
That is really bold.
Yep.
My bold prediction was going to be Steve-O misses the playoffs
Ooh.
after like being a league powerhouse for the past couple years. Why do you think so?
I don't know. I think he at least like pays attention, and he has players that are good. Where like if they get on a hot streak, he can get on a hot streak. That's
Why
most
is he
of the
not starting
reasoning.
Bobrovsky?
Yeah, why isn't he starting
I don't
Bobrovsky?
know.
Let me offer a trade for Bobrovsky.
He needs to drop a goalie.
Yeah, I feel like Steve is only going to go down from here, though. Because, like, Matt Duchene, I think, is going to... Like, he's not going to keep up. Like, he's struggling in 4th place. And he's only going to get worse, Matt Duchene, I think. Honestly, and Josh Bailey, I don't think should be started on many teams, if any. And then Giordano's going to slow down. So, like, I don't see a whole lot of his players getting better.
I think your bold prediction is more likely to come true than my bold prediction.
Yeah, I don't think yours is bold, actually. I think yours is
That's just a lukewarm.
accurate. Okay, I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I'm gonna say I can't even do it. I wanted to say that Megan's team wasn't going to be a top 2 team, so she wasn't going to go bye week, but she's going to because her team is safe. So I take that one back. I don't mean that. Hey, look. Okay, I'm going to make a bold prediction here. Me and Brian are both going to make the playoffs. We are currently 7th and 9th.
Ooh, who's going to drop out?
Okay, then
Joel and Steve-O, right?
Steve-O?
Steve-O's going to be one of them. And I'm going to go really bold and say Connor, with that trade, pulled himself out of the game.
Holy shit.
I mean, if you're in the locker room and you see the GM trading away 2 superstars, what are you supposed to think?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play for that team.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play for that imaginary fantasy hockey team.
Yeah, you got to rile the troops. His players are going to start requesting trades.
Yeah.
I'll be right there to take him.
Yeah. I'll pick someone off the waiver wire and give it to you.
I thought one of y'all was going to go bold prediction.
Actually,
Christian misses the playoffs. Like,
if he has a couple bad weeks where Calgary plays bad, and like he's got a lot of talent on his bench that he can't play, like,
and also Sean Couturier.
He's also and like he picked up a goalie that he isn't ever going to play again.
Though if he played him this week instead of Keith Kincaid, that might have helped him. Actually, that's not true. Never mind. I said something dumb. Actually, that is true. It is true.
What would either of you guys give up for Yaroslav Halak? Keep in mind, he started all 3 games this week, so it looks like he is the goalie in Boston.
No.
I kind of want to give you John Ferris for him, actually.
No, realistically, what should Halak fetch? Because he's very clearly on my trading block.
Nothing. He should fetch nothing. He should fetch you Sean Couturier back.
I don't know. I don't think Landeskog or Parisi's that good. I mean, Landeskog is not the best line in hockey, but he's like by far the least talented of them. He just happens to like have a stick. So,
but he's
their
captain. He's their captain. He's there for their heart. He's their heart. You know.
He just stands in front of the goal and then is a ranting it and just banking it.
That's actually kind of true, though.
And then I guess he's got Brent Burns, which is kind of Brent Burns, OCs are.
That's a really bold. Even after that try, I don't think he drops out of the playoffs. That's really bold.
No, but that's the thing is it though? Like he's got 7 wins, and then 6th place has 6 wins, and he's going to lose this week.
Oh.
Like it's not like he's. I mean, he's in 2nd place, but he's not so far separated.
There's some parity right now.
Off would, yeah.
And if he has a couple weeks where he plays other people that are in those spots.
Yeah, like you're going to pass him after this week.
I will not pass him. I'm going to lose.
No, Christian. Sorry, Christian's going to pass him after this week, and Jack's going to pass him after this week. No, he's not.
So he's going to be in 4th?
He's going to be no, so he's going to be 3rd, but it's going to be like 1 game ahead of.
Yeah, there's going to be a ton of people.
9th place, 8th place, yeah.
And Megan was winning her game. Yeah.
102 points. Three-quarters of the league has more than. It's like.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have more than 102 points, so there's also that. But
shut up.
But yeah, she does get to play Steve-O, who is having a horrible week.
Okay. Well, that's my prediction.
All right.
Somehow me and Brian are going to team up and nab those 5th and 6th spots.
I am all on board for that.
And then let's also do one last thing then. I guess MVP of the league so far. Like player, like most like
Nico Rantanen, done.
Yeah.
Connor Leonard, done.
Are we talking for Brian's team or for Christian's team?
Connor Leonard is going to be like the MVP, like when Peyton Manning missed that year, and he should have been MVP.
I don't know. I think Braden Point has a strong case for MVP though.
Braden
Not compared to Rantanen,
but it's Rantanen.
Yeah.
Let me pull up the draft results, but I feel like that's got to be it.
But I think Rantanen I picked up like in the 4th or 5th round, which is like, I mean, late for him.
I just didn't want to have 2 of the. Like it's unfair to have the 2 best players on the same team. Like it's all about. I'm a just guy. Like
I guess it was 5th round.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely.
Where is he ranked right now in points?
He's 3rd.
6th or 7th.
Somewhere around there.
And where was Braden
I think
Point?
He's still top 5. I think he's 4. No, he's 3. He's 3 or 4.
No, McKinnon was.
Well, and to my point though,
Game.
to my point, Braden Point was picked in round 11. So
yeah, so once you get there, it's like the 5th round pick and an 11th round pick honestly aren't that different, I don't think.
Yeah, Rantanen's third right now.
What about, Gabriel Landeskog was in the 8th round.
Yeah. He's right there.
Yeah,
So was
honestly,
Jeff Skinner.
if you're going to make that argument, then he's better than...
Yeah. Oh,
Where did you get Shifley? Second round? You went
third.
Shifley in the 8th round?
No. 3rd round.
I'd say that makes no sense.
I was going to say the 8th round was a great round because Mike chose Willie Nylander, one spot ahead of Gabriel Landeskog.
Okay, I already had Nathan McKinnon. I'm serious. Like, I'm not going to draft two of them. I'm not going to draft...
I'm saying that's not... I'm just saying in hindsight it looks really kind of funny. I picked JVR ahead of all those guys. So.
I don't think that Nylander's totally a bust yet.
Not yet.
Give it time, Grasshopper.
Okay, wait. What about Cam Atkinson, round 9 for Jack?
Pretty good. Obviously, it's pretty
honorable mention. Yeah. At this point, it's like.
Oh, here's a great move. I heard somebody drafted Mark Stone in like the 13th round. The MVP is Bryant. Christian's team.
Guys, I really don't know why I'm not in a playoff spot right now.
Did you pick up Timo Meyer off waivers?
I did.
That's good.
That's a good move.
I think I actually picked him up. I think I dropped Mark Stone for Timo Meyer.
Shabbat.
Ooh, Shabbat's a good one. That was the last pick, 16th. That was the 4th to last pick of the entire draft.
That might be better than Rantanen. Or maybe not Landeskog. I'm going kind of close, though, just because, at position.
Yeah.
What is he, the 4th best defenseman? To be in literally the last pick of the draft?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll throw one last name in there before we cut this.
Keith Kincaid.
How about that? Okay.
Okay.
Left winger in the 16th round for the LA Kings, Kanji Amama.
Okay, it's over.
All right. Well, any closing thoughts for sending people home with for Christmas?
I hate my life.
Well, let's just say, but Mike, you got a better left winger than Brad Marchand. Gaudreau has 2 more fantasy points than Marchand.
What do you mean?
Well,
my forwards are unbelievable.
Yeah, Gaudreau has 152
points every week.
Gaudreau has 152.8. Marchand has 150. So quick complaint about me destroying Connor in a trade.
What?
Nothing.
I don't understand. No,
No.
I had to give up Devin Newton.
Yeah.
And
No, I know. I was just trying to make that trade not as bad as it really is.
Horrible. Your trade was horrible. Mine was bad for me too. Probably. I hate my life. I'm not gonna make the playoffs.
I doubt that. I would be shocked if both of you missed the playoffs. I really would.
Really?
I bet one of us misses. I bet one of us misses.
I bet at least one of you makes it though. I feel like both of you should though.
I don't think we should.
Well, you guys
I
are.
think we should. I don't think we're going to.
But here's the thing: you guys are also paying more attention than some of the teams are currently in the
playoffs. But it doesn't matter because teams start trying when they play my team. They're like, wow. Nathan is so talented. We got to start trying, guys.
Yeah, you have a target on your
Look
back.
At this guy with that. Still at the draft.
The defending champ does have a target on his back,
The two.
Oh, you play Dave next week.
Ooh.
And then here's Johnny. That's going to be a pivotal.
That's going to be a big
week
game.
13 matchup.
Yeah, good thing that he traded away his team though, so now it's easier to beat at least.
All right.
A gauntlet. You've got. All right, hold on. Mike's
Would you rather play me or play Christian? Would you rather play me or here's Johnny in the playoffs?
Me?
Christian.
Who, me? I would rather play Here's Johnny in playoffs.
That's not true.
No,
I'd rather play Mike because I already beat him last week by 32 points.
But no, Mike, your forwards just.
My easiest win of the year.
Is that when Aho decided to get 100 points and Mark Scheifele scored 30 points in 4 games?
Well, Mike's forwards scare me more. Mike's forwards scare me more than Connor's.
Oh, wasn't the answer I was hoping you'd say, because then you could just drop Halak for the week. Can we do a conditional trade where I will give you... Okay, let me think about this. I'm going to really stir the pot here.
Uh-oh.
Can I give you a promise trade where I give you a player for a certain amount of time and then give him back to you for the playoffs?
Here's, as the commissioner, here's the ruling on that. You can do that, but you can't enforce the second trade. Like, if that happens and somebody gets injured, then you're SOL. The trade back is not binding.
Why?
Otherwise, it's collusion.
That's true.
What? I think those kinds of trades, I think, is collusion.
I don't think you're able to do that anyway because the trade deadline's before the playoffs.
Oh,
I mean, it's also true.
If I could trade, so you can't promise someone that you can trade it back at the deadline.
I'm not going to enforce that. At least, like, let's say you traded me Nathan McKinnon for John Gibson, and then said at the trade deadline we'll flip it back, and then Nathan McKinnon tears his ACL and is out for the year.
Then I think
I'm not going to enforce that trade back. I disagree because I think you're taking on a certain amount of risk when you trade.
Yeah, then you should be bound to it.
No, I think by not being bound to it, you're taking on a certain amount of risk. I mean, there's risk involved for both, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That you should be bound regardless.
It's two trades, and if you don't want to do that second trade,
well,
I'm just saying, like,
not a trade. Like,
I'm just saying, as the commissioner, I'm not going to enforce that. If you can convince me to do it out of the goodness of my heart, that's fine. But I'm not going to go
Christian,
like change rosters.
Well, Mike, who would be the player
what
that you
I'm trying to say is, like, if I were to be willing to give you kind of a stud forward for a goalie up until the playoffs.
Like who? Like which forward?
Up until the deadline. Like if I gave you Phil Kessel or something for one of your shitty, like, crapper goalies.
I mean, I would absolutely do that. I don't know why you would want to do that though.
Because I need a goalie, and I can't get one right now, and I need one for the next 4 weeks.
I mean, I would think I just think there are better solutions for you.
What?
I think they're just better solutions.
Oh, who's a goalie I can get right now?
Well, Steve-O has Bobrovsky on his bench. Offer him a trade.
Well, Steve-O's not going to take any of my trade.
You just need to take Carter Hart, Mike. I'll trade you
I'm
Carter.
pick up Cam Ward, honestly. He's won 3 in a row.
Oh.
Actually, no, he didn't win 3 in a row. Who was the what's that dude's name that they were just brought up? Who's looked like
Elias, Colin Delia.
What's his last name? Spell it?
DELIA.
D-E-A-L, yeah. D-E?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to pick up that. Ooh, this could be real nice, boys. What a reminder. Who's got? You know what? Whatever. I gotta stick to my true colors and just run the carousel. I'm not gonna trade away forwards.
Yeah. I mean, so just so you know, as the commissioner, if you made that Phil Kessel for Jake Allen trade, and Phil Kessel or Jake Allen Christian doesn't want to back, I'm not going to go in and switch the roster just because you guys made
I honestly would never do that either. But Mike, I actually do have a permanent trade that I would offer you: Jake Allen or Herlock, whatever you choose, straight out for Kopitar.
For who?
Kopitar.
Wait, actually, you would do that?
I would do that.
Okay.
That is a great trade for Mike.
Yeah, we'll go Kopitar for Jake Allen.
Okay, I'll do that.
Literally?
I'll offer it.
Right
Let me offer it right now. Because I have 4 goalies.
That's true. You do have a billion goalies.
It's a good trade for both of you. But yeah. I love that trade for Mike.
I mean, I think you get more value out of the goalie, but
yeah. No, and the problem is I have good centers. That's what part of my problem is. I have too many centers that I'm sitting Kopitar this week. We're both sitting good players that would be on the other person's team potentially.
Right.
Because you have Nuge at the center.
And here.
Oh, actually, it's not as bad. That makes sense, I think, for both of us. I agree.
Yeah.
There we go. Trade proposal
sent. Mark Stone, Devin Dubnyk, and Kopitar for Jake Allen and Johnny Gaudreau.
It's pretty interesting. I think I lose that still.
No, that's fine.
I just offered you. You're under no pressure to accept on the podcast or anything like that if you want to think about it, but it's there. The offer's there.
I need to. I think that's a good trade for me.
Yeah, I would take
because I need some goalie starts. So
I love that trade for you. I think Jake Allen is still like a perfectly startable goalie.
I agree. I just have Dubnyk and Hellebuck.
Yeah, I mean you're not going to play him.
And even Halak. I mean, there are weeks like I should have started Halak this week if I would have known he was going to start all the fucking games because he had like a shutout and like a 28 save, 1 goal allowed win. Like,
okay, I accept it.
oh, we got a trade on the podcast.
That's really nice for me. I think that actually gave me a shot at making the playoffs. I think.
That's a great trade for you. All
And
right.
you don't have to worry about the trade back stuff.
I just approved it, so make sure you guys set your lineups for tomorrow because that'll
Oh shit! Tomorrow is.
Wow,
incorporate it.
that was really nice. Thank you, Christian.
Well.
I think it was helpful. I actually think it was, like you said, when you had 4 goalies on your team.
Yeah, and I think Kopitar, I think is still skilled. Like I probably lose that trade if you look at like what's more a more valuable asset, but Kopitar is still Kopitar.
No, Kopitar had 80-something points last year.
Right. So now my starting lineup is Kopitar, Drew, Marchand, Kucherov, Rantanen, and Stone. It's not bad.
Like, I don't know if I'd start Kopitar over Nuge though.
Well, I just like look at the matchups. Nuge only has 2 games next week.
Well, everybody does.
Everyone has 2, right?
Well, most of them.
Kopitar has 3.
Teams that have 3.
Kopitar has 3.
Okay.
Oh,
Vegas has 3 too.
Who?
Vegas. Las Vegas.
Alrighty. So
Alright.
we good?
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Well, that was fun, boys.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry
Me too.
Christmas.
I'm glad Christian just had me for Christmas. That was nice.